Too many radio stations, you need just one. I see you looking, but you hard to impress. Then you find now you're real vibe, drive time is the best. It's the Bianca Burwell Show. You gon' listen to what you feel, listen to the shit. Who you got for your radio drop? You entrepreneur, make a radio drop. From Atlanta to the Bay, man. Internet streaming out of East and the West, both up what you're saying. And east side to the stage, it's like I'm afraid you say the flow. Like, with the whole round, the door. BeatDropsRadio, Bianca Burwell Show. Bianca Burwell Show.
This is your girl, Bianca Burwell, for the Beat Drops Radio. The Bianca Burwell Show comes on every day at this time. I'm glad you decided to join in. It's free for all Friday, which means Heritage by Imani B, and we got some other stuff we're going to be talking about. I haven't gotten my replacement piece yet, so y'all can't call me, but you can chat with me on Facebook. That is open. Also, the listen line for all of those that you know that want to tune in and listen, but they don't know or they can't get it or whatever it is, they're not clicking on the right thing. The listen line is 401-347-0418. Again, 401-347-0418. That is the listen line. You can listen 24 hours a day. Doesn't matter when. Tune in, but especially like right now. If you haven't done it already, follow us on Twitter at TheBeatDropsRadio, and also like us on Facebook. That means go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com, click on the F, that'll take you directly to our Facebook page, click like, and our Q&A box is open. So if you want to chat with me real time, you know, you can't call in, just saying, just go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com, click on watch live, and you'll be able to see me right here and chat with me because it says, you know, join in the conversation. Mike Tyson is cussing out folks on live TV. Now look, I elected to do this. It is explicit, but it just doesn't cut the mustard. You just don't hear it. We talked about it the other day during Sports and Layman's Terms with Doug Layman, but it just didn't quite capture it when I listened to it myself. So I'm just letting you know. So the kids are around, just cover their ears because this is going to be. I'm just going to go ahead and play it raw because this is how it played out on national TV. Well, international TV. Can I say it that way? Anyway, so if you haven't heard that, you're going to hear it today. Oscar Pistorius, you know, the gentleman that shot and killed his wife. Well, no, she wasn't his wife. She was his girlfriend, something like that. He's found guilty of culpable homicide. So we're going to find out what that is. And CBS decides to drop Rihanna's song. We're going to find out why. This and other things right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. So tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, tell 10 friends. Make sure all of y'all tune in. We'll be back after this. Up first is going to be Hair Tips by Imani B. Jason Derulo featuring Kid Ink. Kama Sutra. Keep it on. You are tuned into the Bianca Burwell Show on the TheBeatDropsRadio. This is a free-for-all Friday. And I always love free-for-all Fridays because that means we talk to Imani B, and she gives us hair tips every Friday around 3:15 or so, around this time right now. And don't forget that if you have any questions in regards to hair and the upkeep, the maintenance, whatever, just let us know. Just drop us a line. All you got to do is just go to the contact. Hey, there she is, Imani B. How you doing, lady? I'm doing great. I cannot complain. It's been one of those days. I've been doing a whole lot of running around, but I'm glad to be here talking with you. And your day was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yes, it was rainy to start. After a while, it just got to its normal weather, just hot. But that's okay. We're in Atlanta, and weather is very unpredictable.
You got that right, because it was coming down pretty bad this morning. I heard it. I laid back down and then I heard it just coming down. I said, "Ooh, that's not bad," but it turned out to be. But right now it's sunny. It doesn't look bad at all right now. It feels pretty decent. It's not really hot. It's hot, but it's not really hot like it has been. I don't know. But what you got for us today, Miss Lady? Talk to us.
Well, today I want to talk to you guys about the essential fatty acids that your hair needs, as well as a few minerals that help your hair. Now, why are you talking about this? Because this contributes to healthy hair. A lot of people don't think that what they do in their daily life, doing what they consume, as well as the stuff that's in what they consume, is important. People think that if you eat a couple green beans or just literally a grape, you will be okay. That is not the case. Now, along with the proper diet for healthy hair, like your own point with everything, okay? Your hair does need fatty acids. It's real essential, okay? Those fatty acids that aid dry and brittle hair. And what it does is it also improves the texture of your hair, okay?
Okay.
Now, these essential fatty acids from stuff like vegetable oils, whole grains, fresh nuts, and oil seeds, pumpkin seeds, stuff like that.
Fresh stuff.
So roughly 15 to 20% of your daily calories should be coming from one of those foods, okay?
Gotcha.
Can't forget the vegetables, too.
Gotta have the veggies.
Vitamin A is essential for hair growth, okay? And for a healthy scalp. For a healthy scalp, if I can get out.
Yeah, that was funny. I wasn't going to say that. I was going to let you keep going. Go ahead.
I know, right? But you can find vitamin A and stuff like green and yellow vegetables and fruits, broccoli, sweet potatoes. That don't need butter them and sugar them down now. Don't do that, okay? Because now you be perfect.
Right.
Now, another one, vitamin E. Now, vitamin E increases oxygen, all right, uptake. And what it does is it improves circulation as well. And by doing this, it also improves the hair health and the growth. When you add a vitamin E to your diet, okay, these things consist of, for the foods, those are your stuff like avocado or your rice, but the brown rice.
Brown rice.
And then you have your, brown rice. Then you have your dark green vegetables and your whole grains, okay?
Gotcha.
Now, what many people don't know about is vitamin K. I didn't really think that vitamin K was important either. I didn't even know it existed. But it is, I'm not saying it is one of the lesser known vitamins, but what it does is very important because it helps maintain healthy hair. And vitamin K is included in dairy foods, asparagus, it's in cabbage, dark green leafy vegetables, soybeans, also yogurt and oatmeal that you can find vitamin K.
Now that's good to know. You got to know the sources. I appreciate it. Say that again. It's in yogurt and what else?
It's in wheat, yogurt, cabbage. Oh, also Brussels sprouts, and don't forget your figs. You got your dark green leafy vegetables and your oatmeal and soybeans.
Now that's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that list. I need to add that to my regimen and the regimen at the house.
I understand. Vitamin B. Now, to ensure, I mean, ultimately ensure that your hair is healthy and does not split. Now, this is what vitamin B, this is why vitamin B comes in healthy. Because vitamin B, you can get those from your foods that are real important, like your citrus fruits and your tomatoes, okay? And also beans and plenty. I'm talking about plenty of fresh fruit. Always fresh. Fresh is better. Now, biotin deficiency is linked to hair loss, okay? Now, foods high in biotin would be your stuff like brown rice, as I told you before. You got green peas, you got your oats, the sunflower seeds that you see in the little convenience stores. Those are important too, and your walnuts. All right?
Yeah,
this
I like
all
walnuts.
ties into vitamin B.
I like walnuts. Walnuts are really, really good.
I like the sunflower seeds.
Really? The sunflower seeds? Okay.
Vitamin B, that's when your hair gets all greasy, and then that's where the dandruff comes in, and your forehead grows. Why isn't my hair growing? Do I need to get my hair thingy or hair grow? You're lacking some vitamin B. Okay, that's all it is. And that's where your gray hair comes in as well. If it comes in early or whatever from stress, and you're lacking vitamin B.
Wait a minute. You said if you gray early, like younger kids, because once you get older, you know, the gray hair just keeps snatching you up. And it don't lay down either. It just want to stick up and just show everybody, hello, I am gray hair, and I'll be with you today.
You're deficient in vitamin B. Very deficient. The last vitamin, the very important vitamin C. Now that's important for circulation, your hair color, as well as the growth. Now if you have enough vitamin C, you will have strong hair and plentiful in strands too. That don't split. All right. Now vitamin C, that's an important antioxidant, and what it does is it promotes the cell and tissue repair. It enhances the immune system as well. Now the good sources of vitamin C would be your foods like your lemon, your lime, your berries, and your oranges. Also, your vegetables like the Brussels sprouts, cucumbers. You can throw some cauliflower in there too. Also, the red peppers. You can throw red peppers too.
Red peppers are good. You know, you're right. I definitely heard that red peppers had more vitamin C, or about the same vitamin C as oranges. So I thought that was really cool.
It's really cool. But, you know, some people have their preferences on what veggies they like and don't like. So if you don't like using red peppers, like I don't, you can just go into the green leafy family with the vegetables, okay? You can collard greens and green beans and spinach. That'll do. It's green and leafy, okay?
Green and leafy. Let's all say green and leafy.
Green and leafy. One of the last two things I want to leave you with are the iron as well as water. Now, why does iron help? What does that got to do with hair? Well, that iron helps carry oxygen to the hair. Your hair needs oxygen too, okay? Now, without that iron, hair and its follicles, now they're really based on oxygen, okay? They're hungry, okay? Now, this means when you are lacking iron, the goodness, the root of your hair is much less effective, because the root of your hair, that's the best part of your hair, because that's the only part that's living. Remember, I told you hair is dead. There ain't no living hair.
Right.
The part that's living, and the best part is in the root of your hair, which you can't see, okay?
The root.
Goodness in that root. That's no longer effective if you have no iron, okay? As well as the length of the strand, okay? Now, what you can do, you can increase your iron intake by eating, of course, the dark green vegetables, garden fresh seeds, okay? or just by adding iron supplements, okay? Don't forget, grains too. Grains in general are a good thing for hair. Don't get away from the whole grain. And don't do white flour either, white flour or sugar.
Why can't we do the white flour? Why not the white flour or sugar?
White flour does not help at all. It's just it's a substitute. Always use whole wheat flour. And with sugar, sugar is very acidic, okay? And sugar, what it does, it kills those vitamin B. Remember I told you vitamin B ensures that your hair doesn't split, okay? So when that sugar is in your body, it kills off those vitamin B because it absorbs most of that vitamin B supplement that you have. So it defeats the purpose. If you want something sweet or you want some sweetener, put on some honey. Do honey or do Splenda, but try to veer away from just sugar in general. Try
okay.
Or the low calorie sugar too. Okay?
I'll remember that because sugar it seemed like, especially when your metabolism is not what it used to be, that sugar seemed like it goes straight to the hips and the thighs. I don't know what it is. It just that whole area right there. It just say, I am sugar, and I'll be hanging with you today.
I would say the last thing I want you guys to know is that water does make up 1/4 the weight of a strand of hair, okay? Moisture makes your hair, okay? Moisture, moisture, moisture. What does moisture do? Moisture makes your hair shine. That's what gives your hair that shine, okay? That if your hair does need fluids, your body needs fluids in general, okay? Water doesn't only hydrate the body. It does keep everything flowing, and it keeps your hair silky as well, okay? So make sure we're drinking enough water, at least 8 to 10 glasses a day at the minimum, okay? And
okay.
That includes hair tips by Imani B.
You know what? We're going to start taking hair tips by Imani B. We're going to take hair tips by Imani B on the road. We're going to go to some salons and kind of sit down and talk to some of the salon owners and get their thoughts on, you know, how they started their business and all that. What do you think about taking some road trips?
I think that's right. Fun.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and schedule that thing. Yeah. Don't forget what?
Don't forget about this. This is the brainstorming moment.
No, I'm not going to forget. I think that'll be really cool. So we're going to do that. You all are listening to me right now. If you want your salon or you know of a salon that'll be real cool to feature right here on Friday, Hair Tips by Imani B segment, let us know, and we will make the appointment and go over and visit that salon. I think it'll be real hot. Matter of fact, I know one in particular in Stone Mountain that we could probably roll over to. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I do. So we'll do that. We'll take the stuff over there, and we'll start, you know, taking Hair Tips by Imani B on road trips. That'll be real hot. How could people get in contact with you and send questions and things of that nature?
Well, you can always email me, imaniburwell@gmail.com, IMANIBURWELL@gmail.com. You can also follow me on IG, Imani_Tyree, IMANI_TYR.
Well, thank you so much, Miss Lady. Next week, right here. Next week, right here on the Bianca Burwell Show, free for all Friday, Imani B. And like I said, if y'all know some salons, we'll be more than happy to submit them. Go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com to contact us and send that in there, and we'll make the appointment to come out to your salon and feature you on Hair Tips by Imani B. Thank you, Miss Lady. We'll talk to you all next week, all right?
All right, bye-bye.
Have a good one. As always, I love that segment, and I'm serious. People be thinking I'll be forgetting because I have like a whole lot of brainstorm moments. So, but I'm not going to forget this one because I think this will be really, really hot. So keep it locked right here. We appreciate you over in Tampa, Florida for tuning in and all the various parts of the country. Keep it locked right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. Coming up, we're going to be talking about Oscar Pistorius, found guilty of culpable homicide. We'll find out what that is. CBS Josh Gianna song as an opening for the game. We're going to talk about that. And I have the audio of Mike Tyson just going off on a reporter. I mean, it's explicit. I'm just giving y'all heads up right now. So if your kids are around, you make sure that, maybe they need to exit the room, because this is how it played out on live TV. And I'm going to do the exact same, because words cannot, well, we could try to describe it, but I'm just saying it makes no sense how Mike just went off. He had one of them moments. You can see it in his face. Where as he was wiggling around in his seat, like, I'm about to check this. He is really trying to check me on live TV and bring up. Anyway, y'all gonna hear it. Keep it like right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. Estelle, wonderful life. Keep it on.
Hello, I'm Ronald Hatcher, Aaron Hatcher's father. Aaron has muscular dystrophy and cerebral palsy.
I'm Rita Gray from Betty White's Out There Rockers, but unfortunately, he's no longer with us now. Each year, thousands of cases go unreported. They're children with disabilities and special needs that are abused in their schools. Our mission is to protect the child, as well as the teachers who educate them. Please, help us in our effort to stop the abuse and promote safety by donating to positive initiatives in care of Aaron Hatcher's They Can't Talk, We Can. PO Box 2392, Roswell, Georgia 30077. Or visit our website at theycan'ttalkbutwecan.org. Let's not have another loving, innocent child like Aaron die. Remember, they can't talk, but we can.
Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. on TheBeatDropsRadio.
You are listening to the Bianca Burwell Show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in and checking in. Shout out to my cousin Trey Landrick Hodges, who's riding and listening. As usual, it is my duty as a member of the media to keep you guys updated on the things that's going on right now. And I just wanted to check on an update to see what was going on as far as what's happening in Ferguson. Too many times when everybody in, it seems like, the nation gets upset about something that has taken place as far as a shooting or things of that nature. And usually it's about 2 weeks. It's about 2 weeks that people are on fire, and then after that it kind of fizzles out. So I wanted to see what was going on because that situation apparently up there in Ferguson, Missouri is far from over. And I'm talking about the Michael Brown shooting that took place. Now, CNN, apparently they're still out and about and trying to gather all kinds of things that's happening. The last thing I talked about was the grand jury situation, but I still haven't found out a lot more information. And as soon as I know, you'll know. So I'm looking, and it says there happened to be 2 men, 2 contractors that were doing work in the Ferguson, Missouri area on the day that Michael Brown was killed. And the men, they didn't want to be identified for, I guess, apparent reasons, but they were 2 white gentlemen, contractors. I did see the video. And they were about 50 feet away from Officer Darren Wilson when he opened fire. And there is a video, like I said. If you just type in new Michael Brown shooting witnesses describe scene, you'll be able to see the video. And I was looking at that. And what the gentleman says was he had his effing hands up. The cop didn't say get on the ground. He just kept shooting. That same witness described the gruesome scene saying he saw Brown's brains come out of his head. Again, stating his hands were up. And now the video shows the man raising his hands in the air. He does. He had his hands up, just kind of, imitating or showing what it is that he saw during the shooting. And he did it a couple times, and I heard him on the video say he was no threat. The other contractor told CNN he saw Brown running away from a police car. Brown put his hands up, and the officer was chasing him. The contractor said he saw Wilson fire a shot at Brown while his back was turned. The men said they didn't see the initial confrontation that started, but they did see that. And that seems to corroborate what others are saying as well. An attorney for the man who filmed the video says it was recorded 40 seconds after the shooting. The video gives new insight to the case, apparently. And, that there's an ongoing investigation that's happening. The construction workers say they don't live in Ferguson and don't know the Brown family, but their account squares with everybody else. So a private autopsy, we know, was conducted for Brown family, showing that Brown had been shot at least 6 times. At least 6 times, including twice in the head. Now, I hadn't heard that before. This is my first time seeing that. I knew that. But maybe they did say it before. But a grand jury is hearing the case and will determine whether Wilson will face any charges. Protesters near Interstate 70 and outside the police headquarters on Wednesday pushing for Governor Nixon to appoint a special prosecutor to investigate Brown's death. So that is the update. So you got two contractors that were minding their own. They were doing their work, and they happened to turn around and see the whole situation unfold with Brown running away. And they just don't want to be identified right now. I'm pretty sure that as soon as, because there are videos, or there is one video that I saw where the two gentlemen, the contractors, were basically imitating. They probably didn't know that somebody was recording them too, but there were all kinds of cameras that were rolling at the same time, and you do see that it took place right then. And in the distance, you see a couple of police officers, and they were putting up the police tape, the "Do Not Cross" tape is what was up. So just wanted to mention that. That is the latest so far what's going on there in Ferguson. Thankfully, they are not throwing bricks through stuff and setting things on fire. At least I haven't heard that as of late. And Ayala Van Zandt went to Ferguson. You know, she has a show that comes on OWN, the Oprah Winfrey Network, Ayala Fix My Life. And apparently she went there and they did some sort of special. I didn't even watch the special. And I usually watch that, but I didn't watch the special this particular time. So I guess I can find out exactly how that went. The last thing I saw was DMX cussing Ayala Van Zandt out. Did y'all see that? Good God. All right, so the next thing that I wanted to bring up real quick. Oscar Pistorius, found guilty of culpable homicide. And when I saw that, I was like, what the heck is culpable? C-U-L-P-A-B-L-E, culpable homicide. What is that? And what culpable homicide? It is a specific offense in various jurisdictions within the Commonwealth of Nations. So it involves the illegal killing of a person either with or without an intention to kill, depending upon how a particular jurisdiction has defined the offense. Unusually, for those legal systems which have originated or been influenced during rule by England or later by the UK, this offense associates with Scots law rather than English law. So it basically depends upon that particular country. Now, in South Africa, what culpable law means is the unlawful, negligent killing of a human being. That is what that is, the unlawful, negligent killing of a human being. So keep it locked right here. When we come back, what we're going to do, I have a clip of the sentencing being handed down, and I thought it was very interesting. So I'm going to play that when we come back. So make sure you keep it locked right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. We will be back after this. What's going on, Dougie Fresh?
Hey.
How you doing today?
Oh.
Big Brothers Big Sisters alumni, please start something. You are listening to the Bianca Burwell Show on TheBeatDropsRadio, your top 40 pop and R&B station. And I got Dougie Fresh in the middle. What's going on, Doug?
Hey, I'm back. Traffic's crazy out there.
It's a little bad out there.
Yeah, but the sun's out.
I'm glad because did you see how it was pouring this morning? Did you miss that? We were all snug in the bed.
What time was it pouring?
It was pouring about 6:30, between 6:30 and 7 a.m.
Yeah, that would be my answer. Your answer to my answer.
Snug in the bed. I want to say what's up to Bianca Sterling out there in New Orleans that is listening and checking in. What's going on, baby? Oh, man, New Orleans. Let me not say Nolans because they're like, who say that? New Orleans. New Orleans. How about that?
Say it correct.
New Orleans. Yes, indeed. But as did you get an opportunity to see that whole situation go down with the verdict with Oscar? Am I saying his name right? Pistorius?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Just want to make sure the diction.
I did not see. All I heard was the charge.
You heard the charge?
Right. And now he's going to get what's. Now they're going to have to decide what that would be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Could be probation or 15 years.
Well, for those of you guys that didn't have an opportunity to hear the whole thing roll out, I'm hoping I got the right clip of it. That'd be so embarrassing, wouldn't it? Okay, so if you didn't hear the verdict come down, I'm going to play it right now. All right? So turn your radios up. All the young people, I'm going to play it right now.
Into the toilet door, knowing that there was somebody behind the door, and that there was very little room in which to maneuver. And if there were a person, therefore, in the position of the accused with similar disability, would have foreseen that the possibility that whoever was behind the door might be killed by the shots, and would have taken steps to avoid the consequences, and the accused in this matter failed to take those consequences. Mr. Pistorius, please stand up. Having regard to the totality of this evidence in this matter, the unanimous decision of this court is as following. 1. On count 1, made and read with section 51(1) of the Criminal Law Amendment Act 105 of 1997, the accused is found not guilty and is discharged. Instead, he is found guilty of culpable homicide. On count 2, contravention of section 120, 127 of the Firearms Control Act, number 60 of 2000, and the alternative count that is contravention of section 120, 3B of the same act. The accused is found not guilty and discharged. On count 3, contravention of section 120, subsection 7, Alternatively, count 120, subsection 3A, and further alternatively, section 120, subsection 3B of the Firearms Control Act, number 60 of 2000, the accused is found guilty of the second alternative, that is the contravention of section 120, 3B. On count 4, contravention of section 90 of the Firearms Control Act, number 60 of 2000, the accused is found not guilty and discharged. You may take a seat, Mr. Kisor.
Well, there you go. Culpable homicide. That was a lot of stuff that she read, wasn't it?
Basically, yeah, for manslaughter.
Yep. So now they have to wait to find out in regards to sentencing. So that's something else. Now, he's only 27 years old, though. Did you know that? I didn't realize how young he was. I mean, he's only 27.
I didn't know how. I know he was fairly young because he's a world-class athlete.
Yeah. That does have a bearing, doesn't it?
Right.
Get a little older, you be like, can't make it. Trying to get around the track.
Pretty fast, but
yeah,
the Blade Runner.
Yeah. So he also faced 3 gun charges, apparently. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. 2 for discharging the gun in public, 1 for illegal possession of ammunition, and the judge found him guilty of 1 of those charges, negligently handling a firearm in a restaurant. Per South African law, that's a little hot there, turn that down. Per South African law, the verdict of culpable homicide carries a maximum sentence of 15 years, but does not call for a minimum sentence. The gun charge carries no minimum sentence, meaning Pistorius could receive no time in jail whatsoever. I don't think that'll happen, though. I don't think that'll happen. It's just so much outrage that's going on with this particular case. People are watching it with a fine-tooth comb.
Well, basically, it's the equivalent of South Africa's. This case in South Africa is equivalent to the OJ case here in the United States.
I heard people drawing those conclusions. I mean, those comparisons.
What's that?
I heard people drawing those.
They're both celebrity status athletes.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I've definitely heard that. Now, as the court adjourned briefly for the judge to finalize sentencing hearings, apparently Pistorius, he sat alone, put his head down, and his sister Amy, she came over, put her head on his shoulder, and they both closed their eyes outside the courtroom. A spokeswoman for the provincial branch of the African National Congress Women's League, that's long, said that the family is not happy. They are not happy. They're not in a good state. They're not happy their daughter is no more, which is understandable. She also continued and she said, it's a sad day for women of this country, and actually for all of us, to actually be coming up with a judgment like this. For us, it's a miscarriage of judgment. We'll see what happens to the culpable homicide. How many years is this man going to get? But if judgments like this will be going on now and then, our women in the country and our daughters are not safe. You think she's justified in that?
I think she's got some merit,
yeah.
I'm not going to dispute that.
That's going to be some specialness. So court will now be postponed until sentencing, which will begin on October the 13th, guys. October the 13th. So he has a month, a little over a month, before we find out what's going on with that whole situation.
And I read just on online through the AP Sports that he is eligible to run in the Paralympic Games.
You think they would let him run though? It might be a Ray Rice thing.
He's good though.
He is good with
He's the best at what he does.
Joker, you killed. I mean, granted we don't see a video.
People will blow over.
Oh man, some comments. I had to put these up here, Doug, to make sure I read some comments that people. Lady named Barbara, she says she thinks Pistorius is a sociopath. He feels nothing other than his own needs and desires. Anger is a big part of this illness. Things must go their way or depression shows. That's what, or depression follows. she recalls the neighbors indicating they were arguing, and that's what they heard prior to the shooting. There's no question he knew she was in the toilet room. I guess that's what they say in there. The toilet room when he fired the shots. This case was hard to prove, so the judge simply cut it in half. I feel sorry for her parents and hope someday they will find peace. There's a lot of feelings on this situation. Some other comments. Let me read some more comments. So here. So repeatedly shooting a gun. This is what someone named Violet Bird is saying. So repeatedly shooting a gun through a door is not showing intent to kill anyone on the other side of the door. Have to ask who got to the judge. Is Pistorius admitted to shooting the gun, no matter who was behind the door of the second-story bathroom? If he was not intending to kill whoever was behind the door, why continue to shoot? God help this judge for what seems clearly a miscarriage of justice. Is there a higher court in Africa to take the case to, or are they also tainted? How much will this family have to pay to keep him out of prison? Another sad day for justice, and the loss of Reva Steinkamp's, if I'm saying the right, life and her family's sorrow. Can they go after Pistorius in civil court for anything? Her loss of support to them, etc., including no future grandchildren and just her being in their lives. He has robbed them so much. So people are saying they got to remember that South Africa is not the U.S. It's not the same. Apparently not.
No.
Some others are saying the same thing. So sad situation. Sad situation. It was something else that I saw. Let me see if I can get to it. I'm looking through my show notes. Unfortunately, I don't have like others that would. Oh man, Apollo. Speaking of jail and serving time, Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'll go off the top. Real Housewives of Atlanta. They just, I don't know. Even the franchise has been having issues with all kinds of cases. I remember there were others that, as far as fraud and all this other kind of stuff. But here, right here, Real Housewives of Atlanta, you have Phaedra Parks and her husband, Apollo Nita, if I'm saying that right. That the feds gave him an opportunity to turn himself in earlier this week. And apparently he missed the deadline because the story that's being reported is that he was aggravated that his wife, Phaedra, wasn't going to put money on his books. And that she said that she was not going to bring the children. They have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, 2 boys. And that she wasn't bringing them to the jail to see him. Now, he received 8 years for fraud.
8 years?
8 years. 8 years for fraud, and he stole identities and all that. And also full restitution is supposed to be paid, and he's asking her, well, can you help me with it? And she's like, hell no. Gotta love that stand by your man thing.
not happening there.
Phaedra is like, whatever. And you know what? Apollo was on Shut the Funny Up, which is another station. Well, actually on Deb Atney. That's Waka Flocka's mom. We launched our stations at the same time. And they had, that's a show on her station, Shut the Funny Up. And he was on there. And a lot of people saw that. I think TMZ even picked up that story as well. But they were asking him about what he felt about Phaedra. And he felt like, he was like, she probably ain't even going to come. She didn't even come to my sentencing. She didn't even come to court to even support me. I think she's going to file for divorce as soon as, I'm paraphrasing, file for divorce as soon as I get locked up. I just
sense that, yeah.
I'm like, what kind of relationship do y'all have? It doesn't seem to be a loving one. It doesn't.
No.
It doesn't. I mean, even when they were on the show, and I wonder what the franchise is going to do, like with the upcoming season or whatever. Are they going to keep Phaedra? Because you can't actually be a real housewife if you...
No, half of those women on that show are housewives, though.
They changed it up a little bit. You know what? For a minute, it was nobody.
And they're not
but
real.
Now,
so what is this?
But now you got...
women of Atlanta.
Candy Burris has been married, so now she's a wife. You've got Nene. She's married now. And you've got... Well, they remarried to Greg Leeds. You've got Peter and Cynthia Bailey. They're married. Let's see, I'm trying to think who else even matters on there. Of course, Phaedra and her husband. The majority, they flipped
The
it
main
around.
ones are Portia.
They flipped it around now. Portia's now, they're
Portia, what's her
divorced.
Miss USA lady? Kenya.
Kenya Moore.
Those are the top two.
Kenya Moore, she was the only one, like, in the last one that was not married. She was trying to stalk some jokers. Well, let me not say that. She probably wasn't stalking them, but the story was that she paid that guy to kind of be her man
No.
on the show. And he was like, whatever. I'm on here. And I noticed that when they had him on there, he was like displaying his company on his shirt during the show. He made sure.
He turned.
Let it turn toward the camera. Let me make sure. Is it clear? Is it clean? Right here. Yes, the cab,
Okay.
whatever it was. The cab towing, I don't know. He owns a towing company. And he made sure. And then he didn't have a problem with letting folks know. And then later on, what Kenya Moore did was she started attacking his manhood, saying that he was gay. Other people was like, yeah, that dude ain't gay at all. She was just upset. Why would you do that? If you thought he was gay, you wouldn't have had him on there.
I
You
don't
just
know.
mad. Then go your way.
I think both Portia, I don't watch the show, not to say, but those two, Portia and Kenya, are stars of the show. The other ones need to just move on out.
You think Portia and Kenya are the stars of? Well, they definitely had the most drama. I mean, Portia drugged Kenya. I mean, she drug her by her weed on a live show on the floor. I was like, oh, and poor Cynthia. I know we talked about it then, but it's funny talking about it again. Poor Cynthia. She's sitting in the middle of the two of them. They're on the couch, and Kenya Moore grabs a bullhorn. At first, she had this little wine that she kept putting in Portia's face, just trying to, get at her, right? And Portia's trying to keep it together. But when she pulled that bullhorn out and was in her face, that was it. Portia was like, enough. She reached across. She reached across. Reached across, and poor Cynthia, her breast was exposed and everything. I'm just sitting here, and she grabbed that head and drug her. It's still on YouTube, y'all. It's still on YouTube.
It was pure rachet.
Yeah. I like that, Doug. I like that. Rachet. That's what it was. That's exactly what happened. So, oh man, I don't know. I had to share that again because it was funny, and I don't know what these folks are thinking. Oh man. What you got?
I was just saying, I don't know if you heard about the LaShawn McCoy and his 21-cent tip. Running back for the, I'm changing the subject, it's been in the news. We keep talking about Ray Rice.
Yeah.
And there's another running back, LaShawn McCoy, who is balling on the field. But he went into a restaurant in Philadelphia, he plays for the Eagles, called PYT Burgers. It's supposed to be the craziest burgers and good food.
Is that right?
So basically, his bill was like $62 or something like that, and he tipped 21 cents.
Are you serious?
And he knew that. And the restaurant put a picture of that bill, obviously, on social media, and put them out there. And he said, yeah, I meant to put 21 cents because my service was bad. My waiter was bad. So he basically said he did it not to be a jerk.
So he wasn't being cheap.
He was just being saying, look, I tip for service.
21 cents.
So people are going back and forth. This happened a couple of days ago because the receipt, obviously went viral.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen sent over $1,000 to the waiter, Ron.
Serious?
And McCoy responded, well, at least Charlie Sheen's doing some type of good work or whatever. That? So it's kind of funny, but, I was just thinking about that, too. Sometimes you get really... Now, his story, Rob, the waiter, from what I'm hearing, I'm reading more about it, saying that they acted crazy up in the restaurant, and Sean was quoted that they were just bad service and they were rude. So his rudeness probably at both ends. Who knows? I wasn't there. But I guess they make some crazy burgers. That's all.
Have you ever tipped somebody 21 cents?
No.
Or less than $1?
No.
Have you done that?
I mean, if the tip's worth less than $1, then
You just keep it.
But no, I tip, but.
Okay.
No, I haven't done that. Even when I have bad service, I still tip. But sometimes you've been there, you sit there and you get no service at all.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be a long subject. But the point is, I don't know. No, I haven't. But sometimes I like to say, you you know,
I ain't
you
give you
suck.
nothing.
You know,
Jacked up. You can at least, what I don't like, I won't tell you. If I've got to, like, come and find you, you never come back to the table, and I've had terrible service like that before. I mean, you just never come back. You come and get the order, it takes forever for it to come. You can at least, I know you're not cooking the food personally, but you can let me know.
yeah, not coming back is so like you waiting forever to get your order in. You know what it's simple.
Yeah.
You go to the restaurant and you wait 5 hours for somebody to come up to you, then you order, and then then you get the food and your drinks are empty or whatever.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's like you have to go ready to leave now.
Yeah. Or I would say, can you go get my?
I mean,
if I'm ever gonna get.
So you get better service at a fast food place when they say, "Can I take your tray while you're done eating?" Like Arby's the other day. I ring the bell. Shout out to Arby's. I know it's not fun. But they got that little bell when you leave. Ding. Ring. Good service.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
But no, I hear what you're saying. No, I don't. I'm even as financial way of the world, and I tip well. Certain things I don't know what you tip for though.
But I mean, if the service is on point, I don't mind tipping. I will tip because I know the people are working hard, and they're what are they at, like at maximum $3.25 an hour. They live off of the tips, and they can get really good money. But you don't just take for granted that you're gonna get a tip.
Right.
Fuck that. You're not. And you know what I don't like? I don't like some of these places that automatically add gratuity. I don't like that.
When there's a party of 6 or more or whatever.
Yeah, I don't like it. Because you might, I mean, how do you know? You might have gotten more than what that forced gratuity is. So, that's what you want? Okay. Or if their service might be jacked up because they know because it's a party of 6 or more that they're going to get a gratuity. They don't even have to work for it. I think that's jacked up. I don't like that forced gratuity situation. I don't. Whether they're sitting together or they're at separate tables, the amount of people that the restaurant holds is still the same.
Right. And it's kind of ironic that, and I get it, but I don't get it. But let's just tip on service. You order, let's say your bill is $130, or your bill is $7.
Mm-hmm.
15% standard, 20% good, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If they're still serving the same plate, it's still doing the same service, same work involved.
Yeah.
Why is one more than the other? I know it's based on monetary things, right? But, but obviously you take 15% of a $1,000 tab as opposed to a $100 tab. It's a difference. But the service can still be the damn same.
Right.
You're still holding over a plate of food. Still asking if there's anything else you want. How's it taste? I mean, it's 3 step. What is it? Yeah, you just ask them what they want. You ask them for referrals. I mean, I live with somebody that, she puts the waitress on call. So what do you recommend? What do you like? What have you eaten? This looks good. What's it? Can I have a sample of that?
I like personality though. I like when they can come and say, "Hey, how's you guys' day? How's everything doing?" Just give me personality. Let me know
exactly.
I love that.
Right.
That lets me know that
you've been in that industry.
Yes.
You've managed that. So me, I just like. Just tell me what it is. Let's get it going. I'm hungry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just me. I hear what you're saying. I don't want somebody down personality.
Yeah, give me some. I don't want no dry yoga. What do you have? I didn't know I went to. I was in a sit-down restaurant. I didn't know this was varsity. What do you have?
Right.
What do you have? I'll deal with that, and I'll go there. And I still get service a lot better. But at any rate, I don't know. If they give bad service, I'm not tipping. Keep it locked right here on the Bianca Burwell Show. India Irie, good morning. Keep it locked.
Talk a little bit about the Mayweather fight. If you don't mind, it's like if you got something, let's do the Tyson thing, or I'm just throwing out topics. So it doesn't look like a flu. It looks like it's a fur on it. It's not got that stupid little cut. But that whole thing, men gotta have their big dogs, their pits and stuff just to establish who they are. Like, come on, man. Until that pit turns on you. I got nothing against pit bulls. I got nothing against dogs. Okay.
Right.
It's your girl, Jay Millie. From 7 to 9 p.m. right here on TheBeatDropsRadio. I don't know, she's always
Hey. What?
You are tuned into the Bianca Burwell Show on the TheBeatDropsRadio, your top 40 pop and R&B station. New band of Atlanta, Doug E. Fresh. We got some drama that's happening in the sports, right?
There's always something going on in the
There's always
sport.
something.
But we've been kind of Ray-Riced out.
Ray-Ricing it up.
Right. Now the word is what's going to happen with the commissioner. They're going to get rid of him.
They're going to
oust
get rid of him. They like, I think you close your eyes on purpose. You saw this stuff.
But he's always ruled with an iron hand. Now that's the thing. This is kind of out of character.
So does Ray Rice have something on him? Why was he so soft in the beginning?
Okay, you're out two games.
Right.
Okay, now 6 games. Okay, indefinitely. I don't know. I can't call it. Can't call it on that. But the fallout will happen.
I don't know. People have a lot of strong feelings on it. Some people have strong feelings on as far as his wife saying what she had to say. She basically was pissed at everybody in media because y'all done brought it back up. It's your fault, Doug.
It's your fault.
You brought it up, man. I didn't even say nothing about it.
My only problem, Ray, my problem, come on, you don't hit women, you don't do that. You can say what you want. We can go on to this, but they got another football player, Hardy, and I'm trying to remember his first name. He's waiting to find out his sentencing, I guess is what you want to call it.
Now, what's going on with that dude?
He is sitting out right now. He plays with the Carolina Panthers, and he assaulted a woman, and he's suspended right now for this game, but they're still waiting on the hearing to find out what they want to do.
Okay.
So there's a whole other case. So this is more than just one. And now they're trying, dignify or try to say what would be the penalty for doing that. Now the new rule is if you do it once, you're out 6 games. Do it again, you're gone forever.
Really?
So it could change tomorrow. That's what it is right now.
Right now, that's how I feel about it. But that indefinite thing, like I really do feel like that he'll be suspended for a while, but later on they're going to reinstate him. They'll find a reason. Something will change up. They're going to reinstate him. They're not going to let him sit by the sidelines. But I think football is a little bit different because they have guaranteed money for at least a year, right?
They're guaranteed It's not like baseball where they're guaranteed forever, but they can cut you. They got a guarantee for the contract. But if he's on a 5-year deal, there's clauses in there that they can say your services are no longer warranted.
So he might not be all right.
No, he'll play somewhere. But just my whole thing, and again, I'm not trying to downplay what he did and assaulting women, all that. My thing is I had him last year on my fantasy football team, and he did jack squat. And he was my first pick. First pick of the draft.
Did you have money?
Because the year before, it was part of my team. He cost me. He cost me $1,000. If you want to get right now,
David Bryce.
He was part of my team.
You cost him money.
You go in there with the draft, and you want to pick the top. Because the year before, he had a solid year, so he was projected to be a top 10 player.
Right.
And then last year, he was horrible. I want to touch him. And with this going on, nobody's touching him.
You want to lay hands. I've never heard that. You want to lay hands on him.
No, I'm just, like you said, he was just a straight-up buster last year. Ain't got anybody in fantasy football. It was the Ravens' offensive line. It was, this has nothing to do with the battery charges. I wouldn't have touched him.
God,
I took my man LaShawn McCoy, who doesn't tip well. That's who I took, who went to work last year. He's going to go to work this year on the field.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, you said so. We know how.
Mark my words.
All right, we know how the predictions be sometimes.
Right, we'll have more predictions later.
Yeah.
Just stay tuned.
Okay.
Keep it locked here.
Don't be missing an action.
All right.
Stuff don't be right.
Okay.
Be like, Doug, where are you, Doug? He didn't come in today.
Well, that whole little Pacers Heat thing was maybe,
All right, so Mike Tyson.
Iron Mike.
And I really hope I got the right clip on this one. That would be very embarrassing if I didn't. He went off. You told us about it the other day, right?
He was being interviewed on a TV show, I think in Canada or something like that effect.
Yeah. And I was like, this dude, I'm not mad at Mike, but that's Mike. I mean, it's not like he's all the way saved. You know what I'm saying?
No, he has his moments, but I mean, you know what? He can be the happy-go-lucky actor Mike that was on, Hangover and doing his stand-up, or he can snap your head off.
You know, he look. He had I don't know who was that guy. Was that guy's manager or somebody that was sitting on the side? And you saw he smiled the whole time. He was like, I'm going to keep smiling during this whole thing. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see if this is all right. Like I said, we're playing the explicit one because this is the way that it rolled on live TV. For those that was watching it, I'm just saying. I put the disclaimer out there, Doug. I'll let folks know. I'm going to just let it roll because I don't normally do this. But it just doesn't capture it, the moment, by describing it any other way. So, all right.
I watched him on television, right? In the States, and, he was big hit in the States. Big hit. Now, some of your critics will say, there's a race for mayor. You're a convicted rapist. This can hurt his campaign. How would you respond to that? Hey, I don't know who said that. You don't even know how to say that. You know what I mean? And I don't have no comment to that, because it's negative, and you being negative. And I met the mayor, right? And nothing they can do about it. We actually had a really good time. We talked about George Travalo, who's a legend in your city, great man, with whom Mike spent quite a bit of time yesterday talking about his life, highs and lows. So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, no, he's a fuck. You got a piece of shit. What we're doing a lot of TV. I don't care. What are you gonna do about it? You got a show that you're doing tonight. We are a lot of people where it comes raw and it's the real thing. A lot of the truth. Be there to see your show. Just tell us a bit about it. It speaks for itself. I want to show the show. All right, it's a Broadway production. We went to Vegas. We're actually 28 cities in the United States. And we're really, really proud to bring it here. And we're actually going to Monaco on October 9th. We're going to be in Monte Carlo. Right. Is it nerve-wracking for you to do something like this, or is it more nervous for you to box? How does it compare? It's more nerve-wracking for me here talking to a rap piece of shit like I'm all right, we're gonna wrap this interview. Thank you for coming.
You see where he took it. Listen,
Words could not explain that. That's why I put the disclaimer out there. I let you guys know it was explicit to cover the kids' ears and all that. But do you see how that kind of grabbed the moment? Dude didn't have to talk about him being a convicted rapist.
Right, and once he
took a jab, and then Mike was like,
I don't want to talk about the stand-up. Once he said, I don't want to talk, because the guy switched it up on him.
Yeah.
He dropped it. He saw that Mike was not happy with that comment. He goes, let's talk about your stand-up. And the guy was like, whatever, it's good. Well, you should have dropped it right then.
Mike looked like he was ready to knock him out. I said, you know what, I'm playing this today. Let me just go ahead and put the disclaimer out. He had a lot of courage. I think because he was on live TV that he felt that he could say whatever and Mike wasn't going to be able to retaliate.
And he's done that before. I remember it was, 12 years ago. He told the guy, F you, change your channel if you don't like what you got. Watch links. If you don't like it, change your channel.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I missed that one.
And this was prior. This was prior to this thing. It's about 10 years ago.
I think Mike from now on is probably going to have pre-recorded interviews. That's it.
People want to interview him, but sometimes it can be.
You don't know what's going to happen.
It's awkward. He can be real mellow, and when he's real mellow, he's kind of like, yeah, okay.
Okay. Suggestion. Disclaimer. Whenever you're going to interview Mike Tyson, you need a list of all the stuff you can't say. These are the things not to bring up when you're talking about.
Well, what was the guy taking it for? He's running for mayor or some political.
Yeah, the guy that he visited was running for mayor, and you're a convicted rapist, and you were seen with him. You could be hurting his campaign. He said, what do you say to that? I'm like, I ain't heard nobody say that but you.
You know, the guy wasn't really probing, though. You know what I mean? He didn't get into, well, any other thing you want to add to that, Mike? You know, it was stop.
Yeah, the guy that was with Mike, though, I commend him because he smiled and just tried to keep it business. Yes, we're taking it all over. It's a big hit in the United States. Yes, we're doing quite well. He was smiling just like this for all y'all that's looking. He was like, yes, he's quite well. That's crazy, man. You going to see the fight?
I am going to see the fight. I'm not sure how I'm going to see it. Might go to Sports Bar to check it out. I'm trying to find a fight party, you know.
Well, you know, we're going to be at Karma. We're going to be at Karma, and that's in Stone Mountain. One of my cousins, her birthday, we have a lot of birthdays in September. My husband kicks it off on the 3rd, September 3rd, and then my other cousin, her birthday is what's Saturday, y'all?
The 13th.
13. That's what I'm hearing in the background.
So she's like the 13th or the 14th, something like that. I think tomorrow night might be our actual birthday. And then mine is September the 20th, right, Lord? And then the 25th. It's like a whole bunch of us, all like in a row. So we're going to be at Karma anyway. I heard Full Belly Radio is supposed to be there. I don't know. We'll see.
So what's the deal? What's the cover? Can you get me in?
Well,
can you hook me up?
Well, when you're on a VIP list, you don't pay for nothing. That's the last time. You know.
So
is that how it usually goes? You know, I got Jay Millie on the side. I don't care. I'm gonna bust her out. And she's
no, I mean, I'm looking for a spot.
You know, I'm just saying that typically, you know, when you're on a VIP list. So are you saying you want to come out to Karma?
I'd like to
come hang out with us?
Yeah.
You know, have a few drinks, watch the fight. I don't know if you really hear anything, but we can see it.
Yeah.
That's usually what it is.
Right.
You know, we'll talk. So you ain't gonna hear no. You ain't gonna hear too much of that. You can see though.
I know that Hooters is showing the fight too.
You ain't watching no freaking game, fight at
Hudson
Hooters.
Grill.
You be watching ones and twos already.
Yeah.
You ain't watching no.
I'm just trying to plan a day. You got college football and you got the fight.
No, man.
You know, trying to, maximize the efforts.
Yeah, whatever, man. You ain't watching no freaking fight at Hooters. Who goes to Hooters though?
I don't even,
I've been to Hooters to watch a fight before.
Have you? Yeah. Jay Millie in the background is saying she's been there.
Yeah.
Did you have friends with you?
Yeah, lots.
You had lots of friends?
Yeah.
So it was a group thing?
Mostly males.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mostly males. Doug, who you going with? Silence. Do you see that?
Yeah,
he is not going.
Mostly.
He's not going. Golly, that's what I'm saying. You're not going there. You're not. We got some more things that's coming up in Chattanooga. Next month, we're going to be doing an old school throwback, and that is on the Saturday the 18th. So details about that are forthcoming. I'm looking forward to that.
Back to Chattanooga.
Back to Chattanooga. The Chattanooga Choo Choo. That's what they say. Choo Choo. So, yeah, so it's pretty cool. They're looking forward to it, and eventually I will take Dave over there so he can stop cussing me out.
He's in Ohio right now, right?
I don't know where Dave is.
Isn't that the?
He's at home.
He's at home right
okay.
now. You know,
the
so
water show. Doesn't
like,
he have the thing we were talking about?
Yeah, the Ohio. I think it's
Ohio
Awards. Isn't that?
And he's up for the lifetime.
Oh, I kept thinking it was this weekend.
So you guys make sure that you vote for him. Go on my Facebook page and you'll be able to see the details there, or go to the Full Belly Radio Facebook page and you'll see all the information there to vote for our man, Dave Tyler, Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yeah, give him some love.
He should have been one, but that I digress. I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't want to start no mess. And I also ain't gonna start no mess saying that I ain't never been to the freaking awards.
Nice.
From Ohio. I feel a little smart.
Just a little bit.
We'll have to go next year.
What's that?
We'll have to go next year. It's fine.
Yeah, go, man, because I mean, I feel a little smart.
It's in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's not too far from my hometown state.
I'm going to do it
You know,
in Quincy here, right?
Get on the
state.
Get on the turnpike and it'll take you directly there. See?
That's right.
I'm just saying. Dougie Fresh!
Hey, looking forward to checking out that fight. Mayweather.
Who you got on the fight? Who you got?
I got Floyd beating.
I got Floyd, man.
Mayweather because the same thing as he's fought him before. I'm also looking forward maybe to checking out that last James Gandolfini movie, The Drops, coming out. Not a big movie guy, but I saw the previews.
I saw the preview. That looked good.
He looked like Tony Soprano. Full of fact, man.
It doesn't matter what they put him in. All I saw was Tony Soprano.
In that movie, yeah.
Just Tony.
You know, it's sad. I mean, I know we winding it up, seeing somebody like that pass away.
Yeah.
Or even like, I watched some old Bernie Mac stuff the other day.
Did you really?
And I'm like, that's another person we lost. You know, we didn't. You know, it's a shame. Both those two.
Both of them.
What natural causes or a heart attack or whatever, but.
And
yeah, man. So I'm ready for that. Ready for some football and some sports next week.
All right.
Crushing some video. And that's all.
Yeah, I'm also going to be posting videos shortly from the Acoustic Cafe experience, so we'll be posting that. I'll be getting that finished up and wound up this weekend. Matter of fact, I was doing some editing before you got here.
Do you?
Yeah, we're going to knock that out. So if you haven't done it already, make sure you do it. Like us on our Facebook pages. Go to TheBeatDropsRadio.com. Go to the top. Click on the F. That'll take you directly there. Once you like us, suggest it to all your friends. Follow us on Twitter at BeatDropsRadio, at BeatDropsRadio. And my Instagram is Bianca_Burwell. Make sure you connect with me there.
And if you got a mobile phone, you can check us out on the TuneIn app. Just lock us in. The Beat Drops Radio is one of your favorites. You can listen to us real time, all the time, anytime at your leisure, mobile on the go.
That's what I'm talking about. Look, I appreciate that, man. I ain't said tune in anything.
You gotta give us some love.
I got you.
I guess that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Have a safe weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
All right.
We out.
Mm-hmm.